Hi, my dear friends. I want to talk to you today about something many of us face once we step into retirement, the pressure to stay busy, to keep our social calendars packed, to never slow down. I've heard over and over that after retirement, we need to stay active, join clubs, go hiking groups, meet new friends, take classes, dance, play cards to make sure we don't feel left out or disconnected from the world. Some even schedule their days tighter than when they were working. Early mornings learning new dances, afternoons at community colleges, nights at karaoke until midnight, or marathon mahjong sessions from dawn to dusk. But have you ever noticed something? The louder and busier the place, sometimes the emptier we feel inside. Those crowded schedules don't always fill us up. They often just wear us out. It's not that we don't like people. It's just that somewhere in the quiet of our hearts, we start asking, is this really what I want? Is this what matters to me? My friends, here's the truth I've learned. The second half of life doesn't have to be a frantic race to keep up with everyone else's expectations. You don't have to push yourself to exhaustion or pretend to be someone you're not just to fit in. I want to welcome you to this little space where we talk about real quality retirement living, not about who can party the hardest or squeeze the most activities into their week. It's about wisdom, the wisdom of choosing what not to do. Picture this. Every morning you walk to your favorite spot, maybe a quiet bench by the neighborhood park or a small cafe you love. You sit among friends who've known you for years. You laugh and chat about the latest neighborhood gossip, politics, or who just got a new grandbaby. But in the afternoon, instead of rushing to a noisy card game or an overbooked event, you choose peace. You come home feeling calm, not drained. You realize that's the life you want, simple, peaceful, true to you. You see, some retirees are busier than they ever were working, not because they have to, but because they feel they should. Should go out more, help with the grandkids, attend every single gathering. But inside they wonder, is this really my life? Or am I just playing a role? And the hardest part? Feeling like a supporting actor in someone else's story, always on call to fix problems, always at the beck and call of others, but forgetting to care for yourself. You know the feeling. A friend calls and suddenly you have to drop everything. The kids ask for help and you put your own plans aside to save the day. You tell yourself it's okay, I'm fine. But when the house is quiet at night, you can't shake the loneliness and emptiness. Here's something many don't say out loud. It's not loneliness we fear most as we age. It's feeling alone in a crowd, surrounded by noise but missing connection. It's doing a lot but feeling no joy. Yes, getting out and meeting people is important. But if it becomes a stress, if you force yourself to keep up a busy, loud life just to fit in, what are we really chasing? The second half of life isn't about who has the fullest calendar. It's about who lives the most lightly and freely. There's a saying, when a sponge is soaked full of water, the ocean flowing over it won't add a single drop. Maybe you've soaked enough already. Maybe it's time to let go, slow down, and let real happiness find you in the quiet moments. So if you're tired of the hustle, tired of pretending, tired of chasing a life that isn't really yours, welcome. You're ready to learn the wisdom of living less, but living better. Next, I want to share with you 5 kinds of not doing, 5 ways to live more simply and truly as we age. This is about choosing yourself, about freedom. All right, let's get into those 5 not dos that can help us live cleaner, freer lives in our golden years. Number 1, don't feel pressured to fit in or keep up with every social event. Take my friend John. He's in his early 70s, retired from a steady government job. Right after retirement, he got pulled into every neighborhood club and social media group, planning group trips, hot spring weekends, dinner parties, birthday celebrations. At first, he enjoyed the bustle, but then it became a burden. Before every event, he wrestled with himself. Should I go? Will they think I'm a loner if I don't? He tried skipping a few things, and immediately his phone blew up with, "Are you okay?" or "We miss you." That concern felt more like guilt tripping. John realized he wasn't alone in feeling this. Many of us get stuck in this loop, afraid of being seen as difficult or antisocial. But the truth is, we don't have to say yes to everything. Saying no is not selfish, it's self-care. When John finally stayed home one day, he took the subway alone to the city library. He borrowed some history books and spent a quiet afternoon reading under the soft sun. He felt alive, at peace. That's the kind of life that feeds the soul. It's okay not to fit in. It's okay to say, I'm just not feeling this. The goal is not to please everyone else, but to please yourself. Number 2, don't waste your energy arguing or proving you're right. I bet many of you have been there. Family dinners turning tense over politics or lifestyle choices. Maybe you try to explain your views, hoping others will get it. But often, these arguments only leave us exhausted and distant. My neighbor Mary used to get frustrated when her daughter criticized her cooking or lifestyle. One day, after a particularly cold dinner, she realized she was fighting a losing battle. So Mary learned to pick her battles. Sometimes she just smiled and said, "That's interesting," and let it go. The peace she gained was worth more than any argument won. It's not about being a doormat. It's about valuing the relationship over the need to be right. Sometimes silence and patience speak louder than words. Number 3, don't overextend your kindness. Learn to say no with grace. Mrs. Linda in our community is famous for helping everyone. Neighbors, relatives, friends. But recently, she's been feeling tired, her knees ache, and she worries she's burning out. She realized that being kind doesn't mean doing everything for everyone. Sometimes, kindness is knowing your limits. Saying no is not cruelty, it's wisdom. You don't have to rescue the whole world. You're allowed to keep some kindness reserved just for yourself. Number 4, don't depend too much on others. Keep your independence. Mr. Robert, who lives alone, is proud that he can still do his grocery shopping, manage his finances online, and call his doctor by himself. He says, "I'd rather spend an hour figuring it out than worry about asking someone for help." Independence is a powerful gift. When you hold on to your ability to do things for yourself, you also keep your dignity and confidence. It's never too late to learn something new, a new app, a new skill that helps you stay in control of your life. Number 5, don't play a role just to please others. Be your true self. Many retirees struggle when the roles that once defined them, parent, spouse, manager, slowly fade. Take Susan, a former executive. She felt lost without her busy boss identity. But then she started writing memoirs, took up painting, and sang in a small choir, not to impress anyone, but because she genuinely loved it. She found joy not in what others expected, but in what she enjoyed. Our later years are not about performing on a stage for others. They're about a quiet, honest curtain call, the grand finale that is truly ours. So, dear friends, as we wrap up, let me remind you, retirement isn't the end, it's a fresh chapter. You don't have to run a marathon of social events or be everyone's problem solver. You don't have to be on all the time. The greatest luxury we have now is the freedom to care for ourselves. If you feel a little tug in your heart while listening, maybe it's time for a small change. Say no to one event you don't want to attend. Take a walk without your phone. Spend an afternoon sorting old photos or writing a memory. These little moments add up to a life lived truly and well. Remember, your worth isn't tied to what you do for others, but to who you are when you're simply yourself. It's okay to be a bit of a rebel, to choose quiet over noise, to find your own rhythm. You've earned that right. If you like this chat, please share it with others who might need to hear it too. Let's remind each other that aging can be a graceful, joyful journey, one where we rediscover ourselves and live fully on our own terms. Thanks for listening, and I hope next time you hear from me, you'll be a little lighter, a little freer, and a lot happier. Take care, friends.